All right, so how exactly is the OET writing test scored? We're going to break it all down and really focus on the underlying structure, the stuff examiners are actually trained to spot. See, the whole thing is built around one core idea. They're asking, is this letter a clear, effective piece of medical communication? Would it actually work in a real hospital? It's not about writing flawless English. It's about being an effective communicator in a clinical setting.
So, what does that mean for the scoring? Well, it means they're looking for way more than just good grammar and vocabulary. The criteria are designed to measure practical skills. Things like selecting the right information, being clear, and sounding professional. All the stuff that's absolutely essential for safe patient care.
To measure this idea of effective communication, examiners use a specific framework, a set of 6 criteria. And understanding these is really the first step to understanding your score. Here they are, the 6 official criteria they use to score your writing. They all work together, so let's break them down one by one, starting with the first one, purpose. Okay, first up, purpose. This might seem obvious, but it creates a critical first impression. Your letter has to have a clear reason for being written, and the reader needs to get it immediately. But here's the key detail. It's not enough to just state your purpose in the first sentence and then move on. That purpose has to be the main thread that runs through the entire letter, guiding every single piece of information you decide to include. And that leads us right into the next criterion, content. This is all about selecting information. It's about looking at all the case notes and choosing just the right details for your specific reader.
This is a real balancing act. You have to give the reader all the information they need to continue care safely, but at the same time, you have to leave out anything that's irrelevant to them. It shows you can filter information based on the clinical situation. This brings us right to conciseness and clarity. This one's all about making your letter easy to read and understand, and quickly.
A busy healthcare professional has to grasp the key points right away. That means no repetition, no unnecessary words, and you have to be able to summarize important details well. It's really about respecting the reader's time. Next is genre and style. This is about the overall tone and format. Does it sound and look like a professional piece of medical correspondence? The key word here is professionalism. Your language needs to be formal, the vocabulary has to be appropriate, and you definitely want to avoid any casual slang or text message shortcuts. It shows you understand the professional environment.
The 5th criterion, organization and layout, is all about the fundamental structure of your letter. How is the information actually put together? Your letter needs to have a logical flow. Every paragraph should have a clear focus, and the whole structure should make it easy for the reader to find critical information without having to search for it. And finally, we get to language. This is where those more traditional writing skills like grammar, vocabulary, and sentence structure are looked at. Now, while all the criteria are important, accuracy here is a huge deal because mistakes can lead to clinical misunderstandings. Examiners are looking for correct grammar, the right vocabulary, and your ability to use different sentence structures effectively. So those are the 6 criteria, but how do they all come together to make up your final score? Let's look at the actual mechanics of it. Here are the numbers. To pass, you generally need to score at least 2 out of 3 points for purpose and 5 out of 7 for all the other 5 criteria. This really shows you how foundational a clear purpose is right from the start. Now, here's a really useful way to think about these criteria. We can kind of split them into 2 groups. On the left, content and language are generally harder. They require you to analyze things on your own and have a wide range of English skills. But on the right, conciseness, genre, and organization, these are things you can improve more systematically just by learning and applying proven structures and templates. And that distinction points us directly to the most efficient way to prepare, a structure-first study plan. So here's the game plan. You build from the foundation up. First, you master the standard letter structure and paragraph patterns. Doing that immediately helps your scores in organization, style, and clarity. Once that framework is solid, then you can focus on the harder stuff, improving your grammar and making better choices about what content to include. And this quote just sums it up perfectly. The path to a high score isn't about creating your own unique writing style. It's about understanding the system, imitating the letter structures that are proven to work, and then polishing your accuracy within that framework. The question isn't, how do I want to write this, but what does an effective clinical letter need to look like?